Yeah, I really hope it does. I really hope that they see us as, and the business model that I would propose would be one that's really hard to say no, because it's not. No one's looking to get rich in NXT North. They're just looking for opportunities and exposure to then go somewhere else.
The scouting would need to be stronger in Canada, or they'd have to have some sort of a system where they can bypass this clear obstacle that's causing so many great talents to fall through the cracks. You and I had a conversation where you had said that you pitched an idea about, I think you called it NXT North. Is that?
Yeah.
You want to maybe tell the viewers a little bit about that?
Yeah, and that's exactly. I'm trying to remedy the exact problem you said. So Canada falls into the North American market, and when you apply for a work visa, the big case you have to make as a Canadian is, why am I hiring somebody outside of the United States when I could possibly hire somebody with the same qualifications inside the United States? And to say, well, this guy's a little more entertaining and a little bit, it's not something you can calculate, and measure how good a professional wrestler is. It's, we're going to say this guy has the it factor. That's, how do you explain that to a person giving a work visa, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something, NXT North, something like that, NXT UK, and we just get to showcase on the WWE Network our talent across Canada. And make it like a tier. If NXT is AAA, let's make it AA, and guys that excel and rise to the top. And once they've consistently been at the top of NXT North for, a year, then maybe they can go down to NXT at the PC and, try and do the same thing and get over and reach the top and then get called up to one of the major brands. There's been some changes in WWE recently in the office and stuff that it's still a possibility. I know that we were grouped in the North American market, so they like to give performance centers or developmental territories based on the market. So because we fall under the North American market, there's already a PC in the North American market. So we have to try and convince them that we have enough incredible talent that we could really justify. Because you have to be able to show like 30 awesome talent to get a territory started or a developmental system started.
Mm-hmm.
And each one of those 30 guys would have to be good enough to seamlessly go down to NXT and work there. And then when they say, man, they got 30 guys that could work here tomorrow up there, maybe we should put together some content up there. I think it would have a cult following, there's K-pop, right? Everyone likes the Korean pop and different things and people like Japanese wrestling and Japanese wrestlers. I think there could be a niche that even Americans would like Canadian wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at the guys we have, even right now, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, the whole Hart family. There's just so many guys, Bobby Roode, the list, Edge, Christian, Trish, obviously the list goes on and on. We just have a lot. We have a lot of good guys, and we have a lot of good guys that could be just like that, Yeah. We're stacked. We're stacked. Even now with Alexander, Ethan Page, the list just goes on and on, man. You know how deep it is.
Absolutely. And when you say 30 guys, I think we could easily fill 100 spots, unquestionably, seeing the caliber of talent. And it's one of the things on my end that I never really understood, was because they were on a talent hiring spree for the longest time, hiring a lot of people, out of promotions like Evolve, people who've had their moments in PWG and whatnot. There were the same companies. Anyone who had kind of a buzz, they were wanting to pick them up or, try them out and see what they have up close. Unfortunately, Canadians, since we don't have one of those big name promotions for them to scout, we were kind of, I think, falling through the cracks, and they only come here so many times per year. So I got the impression, just not going into a lot of details, but the last times I was there in 2012, they kind of felt like we were like Americans, and that they had this
Yeah.
impression that because they don't see us on these big name indies that they scout, the Evolves and the PWGs, etc., it was simply because we weren't good enough to get booked, not knowing that we run such a high risk going to want to do one of those shows without having a work visa that allows us to, you know, seamlessly pass the border. So I that's what I talked about a lot with TJ Wilson and with Lance Storm, and, you know, just trying to get the word out there that Canada is a different entity. We're like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
UK, you know, and I would hope that your idea could come to fruition, because I think it would help a lot of people. It would help a lot of people of my generation, the generation to come, to be able to get the visibility that we need to show that our skills are on par, maybe even superior to people who are in NXT right now. And that's just one example, because there's so many companies out there now, so much competition.